Hi everyone, this is Jan, and this morning I want to show you how to do your big hydrangea leaves. And I know leaves are kind of boring, but if you do florals, you have to learn how to do leaves. So hopefully I'll show you how to do an easy way to do these bigger hydrangea leaves. And the first thing that I did was put out some greens on my palette here. I have floating medium. I have like a thicket, a classic green, maybe a lime green, apple green, and then I have a lighter green here that could have one of these greens mixed with white if you don't have it. Now these colors are colors from the summer line from FolkArt, and they are the new matte finish summer colors, and I think they're really pretty to add to your collection of paints, and that's what I'm using through the summer is this new line of summer paints. They have some beautiful pastels. The hydrangeas were done with these colors, and now I'm doing the leaves with these colors. So the first leaf I'm gonna do, let me put this up here so you can see it. See the big hydrangea leaves? I'm going to show you a leaf over here, and I've already put my chalk outline on it, and this is going to be disappearing when I put my floating medium on, but I'll go ahead and outline it for you so you can see it. So the first thing that we want to do is go ahead and put not your floating medium, but your blending gel. I think I called it floating medium. This is the blending gel, and I'm using the blending gel, let's put this up here, because I want to have some blending time on this, and that's the reason I'm using it. But I'm going to go out past where my leaf is, so you can just block in an area, a small area where you're going to do your leaf. Because when I do the overstroke on the side, I go out past the paint, the line that I have here. So I'm going to load up with some dark. Now I'm using a 16 flat here. And I'm going to load up with the dark, and I'm going to come back and make a little line here. Like that. Now your hydrangea leaves are fatter in the back here than they are at the top. And what I want to do now is take some color, and I want to block in some color down here near the base. That would be your dark color. Remember, I always paint in 3 values. Then I'm going to take the medium color, and I'm going to chalk blend a little bit of that in. Wipe my brush on a paper towel, come back and pick up some of this lime green here. Then I'm going to block in this lime green. I'm just budding these colors right next to one another and just kind of chalk blending them so that we don't have a ridge there. Wipe my brush down. I'm going to pick up a little more blending gel in my brush, and then I'm going to go into the lightest color here. And I'm going to load that on my brush. And I have some blending gel in my brush also. Okay, and then when I do my strokes, I start at the tip here, and I'm on a 45-degree angle, and I pull into the center, and I go out past my painting line here. Okay. And I pull towards the center. It's better to put your fade in there, that way you know how far you're pulling in. So let's go on this side, touch and pull, touch and pull, touch and pull. Okay, there's my center vein again. Now, wipe my brush off. Now, if I want to come back and re-highlight some of these, I can pick up like some dark. Do this while it's wet. Let's say over here I wanted this to be a darker edge over here, like that. So I would do the darker edge, wipe my brush off. Let's pick up some of this bright green. Let's take some of this bright green over here. Touch, pull, touch, pull. Okay, so now I have a little bit of a bright green edge. Wipe my brush off, pick up some of this Thicket, I believe, Thicket or Classic Green, for sure which one that is, and touch and pull, and see, I get another color right there. Okay. Now these will tend to grow with you as you put in your colors, but you can play around with the colors. I think I want the tip up here to be a little bit lighter because that's where the light source would come in. And then do your vein. Alright, and then you can come back and do your little lines for your veins. Oops, a chisel edge right here, like that. Pull in. Let's do a little edge on here. Okay, and that is how you would do your hydrangea leaves. They are a bigger type leaf, and what I want to show you next is another type of leaf. Let me get it over here. Don't go away, we're not finished. And what I'm going to put over in here, and maybe a little bit over here, is cluster leaves. Okay, aren't those pretty? So we used to do these in oil painting, and I want to show you how to do them in acrylic, where we blot in all of our colors, and then while it's wet we come back and we do our leaf strokes. And this one was done using your open acrylics, and this one was done using your new matte finish acrylics. So you can see there's quite a bit of difference as far as the values go and everything. But we're going to go ahead and use these, but I'm going to choose a little bit darker colors for that. So don't go away, because I'm going to show you how to do these, and you'll really enjoy these because they're easy to do, they're fun to do, and you get all these mingled colors into your leaves. Okay, I'll be right back. I'll get set up for those, and I'll see you in a few. Okay, we are back, and I have a number 12 flat, and I have already put on my blending gel up in this area here, and I went past where I'm going to paint. You need to work this blending gel really well into your canvas. You don't want it where it is just sitting on here. You want to actually press down on the brush and work it into the canvas. When you can see that it has a sheen to it, then you're good to go. The first thing I want to do is create an area kind of like what we did with the hydrangea, but I want to work colors in this area and just mush them together as we walk up. Now the area I'm going to do is probably this big, if I have an area to put in color. So I'm taking dark, I'm taking some light color, and I'm just mixing color here. I'm not trying to paint anything at this point. We're just blocking in color. Wipe my brush off. Let's pick up some of this pretty green. Look how pretty that green is. I love that green. Wipe my brush down. Yes. I don't know if I want too much of this color in here. Let's go back to the classic green, and I'll just kind of butt that out with some of this green. All right. Now we don't have a center point here because this isn't going to be like one big leaf, but you could make it a big leaf. So what I want to do next is I want to separate, excuse me, my leaves. Okay. So I'm going to have a smaller leaf up here. So let's go ahead and define that leaf first. So if I go ahead and start up here, I might have a small leaf right here. I'm going to start this cluster with a smaller leaf right here. Let's see, and it'll come down right there. Then we might have another leaf. Maybe we have another leaf that's going to cluster out this way. Okay, so I can go ahead and put another leaf out here, like this. This one could be a little bit smaller as you come around. Now we can do another leaf, maybe this one here. We have one right here. This one might be a little darker in value. Have it dark on this side. We want it to show up a little more. So we have right now, we have 3 different leaves here. And they're different sizes. So we have a variation of leaves right there. Now on some of these leaves down here, we might just want some simple little cluster leaves that are coming off here. Maybe we have some of these. These are just little stroke leaves. So a lot of times you might want to cover up some of your leaves in the front there. Now what I would like to do is go ahead and add maybe a little bit of turquoise. Let's get a little turquoise in here. Let's see. Looks like almost all my turquoises still have the caps on them. But I'm going to put a little bit of the turquoise out here, and I'm going to show you how to add a little bit of turquoise in there while it's wet. Remember, got to do it while it's wet. So being these leaves, you can't really see them, come back with a little turquoise or another color that you like. There you go. So now you can see we have another set of leaves. So we have 1, 2, 3 in the back. We have these in the front. I'm going to redo that one, so I want it to show up a little bit more. And again, we can put another little stem here. And you can add whatever colors you want to this. You could add a little bit of the yellows to it. I don't have any yellow out here right at the moment. Now I can also come back with a little bit of this blue, and I could highlight and edge some of these leaves in this little turquoise. It's a light turquoise is what it is. Let's add a little bit of that color up here. Okay, so we have several values going on here, and we also have several layers on here. And this would be an easy way to add your layers if you want to do a grouping to your painting. Okay, and you can make them as dark or as light as you want. If I want to come back in here and I want to lighten up, I can pull these colors out a little further. Let's say I want more of a lighter outside edge there. I can just pick up a little bit lighter color See how that brought that leaf forward? I'm just using some of the lighter green to go in here. Now I can feel my paint is tacking up on me. And you will know when you almost have to quit with this and let it completely dry. And then you can come back and you can start re-edging some of these a little later on, if you see, because some of the colors will dull down with you. Now if I want this edge here to be a little lighter, I can put a little lighter edge on there so that it shows up a little bit more. So you can come back and piddle with this. I think that's what makes it fun, is you can come back and piddle with it all you want to. But that is how you would do your cluster paintings. Let's bring this back to normal. Okay. So you have your hydrangea leaves and you have your little cluster going on here. Now that blending gel is starting to set up. I can see the sheen on it is starting to go away. It's getting, I have fans on in here and we're in California, so it's getting pretty warm here for the summer. So go ahead and put these leaves wherever you want to. Do your little clusters. I think I will add some more flowers over here. I think for this little painting we have enough greenery on here, but I want to do some other type of little overlaid flowers in here. Not quite for sure what color I want to put in there, but I will go ahead and add some more stems. And as you can see on this cluster, see how I have some little stems coming out and around. And I think what I will do is go ahead and add some of these little clusters here. See these little doodahs, little slip slaps? And what I will do is re-wet some of the areas there, and I will pick up a filbert brush, like a number 8 filbert, and I will just take my brush and flip-flop some little fillers here and there on this one here, and over in here. Or I could also take my finger and do some finger painting if I just want to add a little green color. With a little blending gel in there. See, and I could just finger paint some green over here. I don't really have to use a brush if I don't want to. I'm just getting some paint on my finger here. And I can just smear some green over here so that when I do the flip-flop strokes, it doesn't look so bare. It will have a little bit of a tint to color back over in here. And you can use floating medium when you do the finger painting. Let's see how that added just a little bit of green in there for me. Okay, and you would let that completely dry before you would come back and put some more blending gel on that. Otherwise it would just go ahead and pull it up. Okay, so I hope you've enjoyed this little session on leaves and how to do these cluster leaves. And like I say, if you want to come back and add more colors, you have to let this completely dry. And then you can come back and recoat it with your blending gel, and you can add some other colors. Don't try to add them on a dry base though, because then you'll get a dry blend and you won't get a really nice feathered blend and soft look when you do that. All right, thanks for joining me today. Have fun painting, and I will see you next time when we add some other kind of little flowers over in here. And then I'll go ahead and I'll have this all finished out for you so that you can see the completed painting. All right, take care. Till next time. Bye for now.